Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I'm going to show you how I make chili on the smoker. Now I know there's all kinds of ways of making chili, whether you use beans or you don't. Whatever you put in it, that's up to you. But today I'm going to show you how I do chili my way. I've got some awesome chuck roast that I've smoked ahead of time, putting some spicy pork sausage in it. Of course, I've got all the seasonings, ingredients that make a good chili. We're going to get them together and we're going to get them on the smoker. Let's get to cooking. So for me, chili starts with the prep work, and the first thing that goes in a good chili is the beef. Now you can use leftover brisket, and I've seen it with ground beef, but I like to use a good fatty chuck roast, and I cook it a day ahead of time. So I've got a good 4-pound chuck roast, and the day before I'm gonna make chili, I'm gonna get it seasoned up with all the spices. I'm using some of my AP, some chili powder, some cumin, the ancho chilies, some chipotles, all these flavors that go in a chili, and we're gonna coat the outside of this chuck roast with it, and then we're gonna get it on our smoker. I've got my big green egg fired up with the plate setter in place. I'm gonna run it about 275 to 300 degrees, and I'm gonna get this chuck roast on it. It needs about 4 hours in the smoke, and the internal temperature is gonna come up to about 180, right in that range, because we're not cooking it all the way done. Remember, we're gonna put this in chili. I just wanna get the outside bark built up on it, get all those chili flavors going on the outside. Then we're gonna get that chuck roast off the egg and let it rest for a little while. I'm gonna cube it up and then let it rest overnight in the refrigerator. Now it's ready to make chili. So along with the smoked chuck roast that's gonna give flavor to this chili, I'm gonna add some vegetables. I've got some onions, a red bell pepper, and a fresh poblano, but we're gonna char grill these, really get some flavor on the outside, and it's gonna lend that grilled taste to the chili as it simmers down. So I'm just throwing the vegetables right on the grill grate over some hot coals on the egg, and they only need a few minutes each side to really get charred a little bit. Then we're gonna chop them up on the cutting board, and they're gonna be ready to go in the chili when we get ready to assemble it. Now I like to add spicy pork sausage to this chili as well. It just gives it another flavor, and you know I'm a pork guy. It's simple, just brown some supermarket sausage on a skillet, drain the grease, and it'll be ready to go in with the chuck roast. So now that we have all the prep work out of the way, it's time to get the grill fired up. Today I'm using my big green egg, and I'm gonna run it with some lump charcoal, put the plate setter in place, and get those vents adjusted to where it'll hold steady right at 300 degrees. You can cook along on any kind of grill, just set it up similar to where it's holding 300 the whole time. Perfect temperature for simmering this chili and you're outside. But hey, if you wanted to make it indoors, you could, but that wouldn't be fun. So I've got the big green egg going, it's stabilized out at 300. Now it's time to assemble this chili. So I'm just gonna start with those vegetables that we char grilled and diced. They're going right in our black iron pot, Dutch oven. In comes our diced tomatoes in the juice. Got to have tomatoes for chili. Then we're gonna put that sausage in that we browned up. Let's go ahead and do our seasoning dump. Now you know chili's gotta have salt and pepper and garlic. I've got some of my AP here for that element, but you also need chili powder. I've got some cumin, some cayenne pepper for some heat, but I've also got some chipotle pepper and some ancho, a little bit of paprika, some onion powder, and some sugar. All that goes in what I call my chili dump. We're just gonna work these seasonings in. This is building the base of our chili. Now I'm gonna add some fresh garlic, and then I've diced up 3 chipotle peppers in that adobo sauce, and that's just like a chili sauce. And at that part right there, you can add a whole can if you like. It's gonna bring a lot of heat to the chili, so I just used 3. It's plenty spicy for me. Man, that looks good. Now we need some liquid. First thing, I'm gonna add some hot sauce. It's got a vinegar element to it. Then we're coming with some Worcestershire, just enough for some flavor. And finally, some beef broth. This is gonna be our main liquid of the chili that we're gonna cook down. Now we're gonna add a little bit of tomato paste. Now I'm just giving it a good stir to combine everything. And the last thing we're gonna do is fold in our chuck roast that we've cubed. And look at those good pieces of chuck roast. You know they're gonna cook down. All this is gonna simmer together on the grill, and it's gonna make some awesome chili. Woo, that's some good looking chili already. All we gotta do now is get it on the grill and let it simmer. We're just gonna let this go for a while. It's gonna get hot, it's gonna reduce down some. I'm not covering it. I'm leaving it open so it can get all that smoker flavor from the big green egg. Let's take it over and put it right on. All right, you can see I got the egg lined out 300 degrees here. We're gonna go ahead and get our pot of chili on. A little smoke coming, that's okay. That's gonna give it a little flavor. So I'm just giving the chili a good stir here, and we're just gonna let it hang out on the big green egg. It's gonna come up to a simmer and start bubbling. We're not trying to boil it. Get the lid closed, and just let it go. It's gonna take several hours. This isn't no rush job. We're gonna have some chili here after a while, and you're gonna love it. Y'all stick around. All right, the chili's been on here by a little over an hour. You can see it's starting to simmer pretty good. It's cooking down. That's what I wanna see. I'm just gonna give it a stir every once in a while. This whole thing's probably gonna take 3 or 4 hours till I get it the right consistency that I want. You know, we're just trying to reduce it. Build these flavors. Let that chuck roast get down in there and mingle with all that vegetables we put in it, all those spices. Looks good to me. Ooh, wish you could smell it. That's some good looking chili right there. The lid closed, just gonna keep letting it cook. All right, our chili's been simmering away here for 2 hours. It's thickening up some. We still got a lot of moisture in there. But this is a point where I'm gonna add the beans that I'm gonna put in this chili. And I'm going with just a can of chili hot beans. If you like beans, go ahead and add them at this point. I don't want them to get mushy, that's why I wait a little while. But if you don't like beans in your chili, hey, don't leave them out. It's completely optional. We're just gonna get the lid closed. Keep letting it cook. Hey, 3 hour mark, it's probably gonna be about ready. Simmer it down a little bit more. Let all those flavors incorporate. And I'm gonna get to try a bowl of this. I can't wait. All right, let's check our chili out. We've been cooking now for about 3.5 hours. And man, check this out. This has done turned into a pot of chili on the big green egg, and it looks amazing. I know it's done. It's still got thick. All those vegetables have come together. That chuck roast is cooked down, gave all that smoky flavor to this chili. Now all we gotta do is get it out, try some of it. All right, so we've got our chili ready. Now let me just go over real quick before I plate it up. Let it cool off just a little bit. I mean, you can see all the steam coming off of it. But I started with the chuck roast that I smoked the day before, and that's where you could have used leftover brisket or whatever you wanted. That was the main beef element of our chili. I also added a pound of that spicy pork sausage, but we grilled some poblano pepper, a red bell pepper, and some onion, chopped that up to give us some grilled flavor to it. Added tomatoes, added a can of beans that I like. You know, we put all those seasonings in there that really make a pot of chili, and then we just let it cook. It's really about putting it together, doing the prep work, and then simmering it for about 4 hours on the smoker at a low heat. We ran about 275, 300 on the egg, and it was perfect. Of course, there's all kinds of ways to serve chili, but I'm just gonna spoon out some. I got a bowl here, the big platter, and some tortilla chips. Hey, if you like crackers with it, go right to it. But this is a hearty chili. I'm gonna top this chili with some shredded cheddar cheese. Set it down here so you can see what we're doing. Got a dollop of sour cream I'm gonna put on it. Take away some of that heat with that creaminess. A little bit of fresh cilantro just to give it a little pop. And then I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lime over it. So I like those flavors. Just one lime, that's fine. So I'm gonna grab a spoon, and this is what I call a bowl of chili, and you know this is gonna be a hearty dish. I'm gonna get a bite. Some of the sour cream, some of that cheese, a little bit of cilantro. I know it's hot. Wow. That's excellent. I gotta get some of that roast. The chuck roast makes this chili so rich, gives it a beefiness, and it really a hearty bowl of chili. And that meat just melts in your mouth. You know, we cooked that chuck roast the day before, and we got all those good seasonings on the outside, but it really broke down after we cut it up and we mixed it in with all those spices and the vegetables and gave it some time on the grill. It's an excellent bowl of chili. This is how I do chili, Malcolm Reed style, How to Barbecue Right. You gotta give this recipe a try. Hey, thanks for checking us out today here at How to Barbecue Right. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. You know, we're gonna put out new videos all year long. You can also send comments and questions to our Facebook and Twitter. We love them. We try to answer all of them. We'll see y'all next time. I'm gonna get some more chili. It's fantastic.